right, Abusiamamu Namako Abasonkoso, Eba Ghana Politics Avenue, AG Politics Avenue, Hana open all the trending podcast stories in Ghana. Was that big to me? Aka na Nendi Kamba channel Iswa, Adaromani, you know, book on subscribe or not. About notification bound to say a video, any video of Rubia, the Babadum Movie, and on Sabit to me, I can do subscribe. Both subscribe button, so now I don't mind one chair on notification board of Sabo Sebe. Video be being a beer, Babadum Movie, and Sabit Macan and Temna on the Kosogana Manusem. Fast for me, more political range, near the accommodation and just. Now, and some Ben Boba, a deputy attorney general, a doctor justice, same side, and I didn't seem able to FA OSP, Necrata, illegal issues, illegal, no crackers. Omomka say oni OSP was no munyai. Ebium so OSP oni OSP ni manso bia na ebium so say OSP here bibi na oba omo attorney general office omo de be man na say OSP by no be say kwan a omo de omo ntimi mfa tumi bia man na OSP office no and na say omo timi twere krata de be omo attorney general office so omo pe request to prosecute na omo no emphasize request na omo ne omo mum and be ka say sorry ya debi ye nyam mrasa ena emran so MPP4 enyim pass na ede omo yi na enye nyense na mfata enso they play according to the gallery ena omo talk also this OSP office ne baye odi nchemu bebre ka ho etu da wa bra na omo TV34 ene ne exclusive interview nyenko ne nkuti Dr. Justice Nim say deputy attorney general wa bra this answer etu da na me kam say high Ghana police 7 upod trend podcast stories in Ghana speaker me gutin
number of questions in relation to what has been a topical subject area over the last 48 hours in relation to the prosecutorial powers of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Counsel. I appreciate you joining us. How would you say the
pleasure is mine.
AG's office is faring in the light of all of these conversations?
Yeah, so the office that, as you may know, is a very busy office. It has always been very busy because you are dealing with the justice system, particularly the criminal justice system for the whole country. And a lot of things are happening even outside Accra. Accra alone is enough to, to make you busy. Then if you add all the other 15 regions to it, then you know that there's a lot of work. But let me say that our attorneys are really, helping us to sustain the work that we are doing. They are very illustrious. They have challenges, serious challenges in the department, but they are really doing well. And a lot of things are on track. We believe that we are delivering the mandate for which the office is set up. Most often people think of the high-profile cases,
right?
The ones that involve political matters, but the real work, a lot of the work is the man you have no idea exists. The people you don't know exist. They are the ones we actually work for most of the time. And so we are good. The AG's office is good. We are on track.
All right. If you're good, the question on a lot of minds is, why is the Office of the Attorney General in such a hurry to take over cases currently before the Special Prosecutor?
Well, that is it's far from the reality. We are not in a hurry at all. There's nothing, first of all, we are not interested in taking over the job of the Special Prosecutor. We are not in a hurry either to do so. The issue at stake, it will be completely a misunderstanding of what is at stake or what the issue is if it is simplified as the Office of the Attorney General trying to take away. Did you say take away?
Take over cases within the remit of the OSP.
Total misunderstanding of the issue, which will lead someone to think that way. And I know there may be people who would see it that way, but there's absolutely no evidence to suggest that the Office of Attorney General is interested in taking over the case. Now, it will mean we probably have to look at two things. There are two cases at the center of this issue, right? I'll take the first one, which is the decision that was given on Wednesday by the Accra High Court. So that is a case involving someone who has been charged by the special prosecutor to have committed offenses. So the special prosecutor arrested this person and charged him, I think, middle of last year. So it's not even a fresh case, middle of last year. They charged him for some of the offenses, corruption-related offenses. And the person filed a preliminary legal objection challenging the power of the special prosecutor to prosecute him. His argument was that the office was set up by the OSP Act, and the OSP Act directs the OSP to prosecute but on the authorization of the Attorney General. So he filed what we call habeas corpus. What we call quo warranto. Quo warranto is a special rate which says that if you're a public officer and you're exercising a certain power, you should be able to justify where you got the power from. In other words, who gave you the warrant? On whose warrant are you doing this?
On whose authority?
Authority are you performing this public function? So the person's rate was basically asking the court to invite the office of the special prosecutor to show the authorization or the evidence of the authority to prosecute. So that's basically what the case was about. This is not the first time that something like this has happened. There's been instances where the agencies, other state agencies, law enforcement agencies that we give fiat to prosecute cases have been questioned. I remember one was on SEPS, Custom Excise and Preventive Service.
You've given them a fiat to be able to prosecute.
Yes. So that was, they used to be called SEPS. Now they are part of GRE. At the time they were SEPS, they had a fiat to prosecute. But when the legislative review came and they became part of GRE is now a new legal entity. They were prosecuting someone who said that they didn't have a fiat. They were trying to say that they had a fiat when they were SEPS or something. But now they don't have it. The court decided in that case that since you don't have the fiat, you couldn't, Recently, there was a couple of cases like that. So This is just a normal thing that happens if you are being prosecuted and you have any doubt as to who the authority of the person prosecuting you, I think you are entitled to, as it were, challenge it. And that's what the person did. We were not aware of this case. That's the office of the Attorney General. Personally, I don't even know this accused person. This file has never come to our office. We, just like everyone else, got to know of the decision that the court has ordered that we should go and take over the cases on grounds that the OSP was not able to show that they have authorization from the Attorney General, contrary to their own act. So the case that happened in the High Court had nothing to do with constitutional interpretation. Because the act, I don't know if you have looked at the act, but the act specifically says that...
I have the objects right in front of me.
Subject to Article 88, the OSP will prosecute based on the authorization of the Attorney General. That's what the legislation says. So the person is saying that if you are prosecuting me, then you should show your
authority upon which
you are prosecuting. That the OSP was not able to show. So the court...
Right, to the extent that a similar matter is currently before the Supreme Court, and in a criminal jurisdiction of the High Court, that judge had stayed their hand, deferring on to the Supreme Court to make a decision. Many will say that general jurisdiction could have stayed its hand as well. Yes, that doesn't fall within your remit, but in terms of what played out.
In terms of what, I don't have a full record, but what I know is that the near pendency of a similar matter in the Supreme Court does not operate as a stay to any court that is deciding. It is good if the court is aware, or it has been brought to the court's attention, and the judge decides that, well, I will wait. That is fine. Even if a judge knows and decides that I won't wait, I will make my decision, it doesn't invalidate the decision itself. Yet, you may question the judge's discretion as to whether to wait or not, especially when I have no evidence that it was brought to the judge's attention and was made. He was prayed to stay. But be that as it may, like I said, we were not parties to the case, so we didn't know what happened. The decision has been made, and we have been asked to order to do certain things. So we just have to do. Why would someone interpret this as we are in a hurry to take over the cases of the special prosecutor?
In reading the orders of the High Court, which has now become the subject of the conversation, yes, he ordered that the AG takes over the cases pending authorization to the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Precisely.
Many will say that should be of concern to the Attorney General, given that authorization for that matter to proceed.
It is.
Instead of
it is of concern
the decision to want to openly come out and state that, okay, we're taking over, and no mention at all as to authorization.
No. What I put out yesterday did not say that we are taking over cases.
In the coming days.
I said we'll take steps to give effect to the decision of the courts, right? So, like you said, we should be concerned because as far as we know, all prosecutions in the country is being done in our name.
Right.
So if we are there and the court says that there is this number of cases because the OSP doesn't have power to prosecute and is prosecuting, we should take over. Do you want us to spend 1 month thinking about what to do, or you'll be interested? Like you said, we should be concerned. And my understanding of concern means that we should do something to remedy the situation. That is what we are going to do. So why would someone interpret that to mean we are in a hurry to take over the cases? So the point I'm trying to make is that I appreciate I won't call it propaganda,
right,
the misinformation out there. Because yesterday I was speaking with someone who said, and it was actually a radio, presentation. Somebody said the AG went to court to ask that the OSP be sacked, which, first of all, we didn't go to court. We were not even aware of this.
So we'll come to the aspect of conversation surrounding whether or not this is a grand scheme of some sort, particularly in relation to the matter before the Supreme Court. But on the subject matter of authorization, where have we been in the past in terms of the work that has been done by the special prosecutor up until now? Because there's an argument that's been made that the former Attorney General, Gloria Kufu, took the bill for the creation of the office to Parliament. By that singular act, it became a delegation of some sort of the prosecutorial powers.
Okay, that clearly is a misunderstanding of how the lawmaking process works and how law actually works. It's a total misunderstanding of it. When you send a bill to Parliament, okay, you are not the owner of the law that comes out. You are neither the author of the law that comes out. You are not the lawmaker. So a private person who takes a bill, there are two pathways to sending a bill to Parliament. One that will be sent by a private member and one that will be sent by the government. Whichever way the bill goes to Parliament, once Parliament does the first reading, it is entirely Parliament's creature. Parliament is the one responsible for the bill. So Parliament because Parliament can change the bill, anything in the bill, including the memorandum, can change anything and pass a bill that you may not even be interested in anymore, but they will pass the bill. And that is why there is another provision that when the bill is passed, the president should give his assent, because it is a recognition of the understanding that you taking the bill to Parliament does not mean that you are the one, you have the final say. So if Parliament has finished with this process, then the president will give his assent. The giving of the assent itself is not an authorization. It's not the fact, it doesn't mean that the president is making the bill, or he's just saying that this bill, I agree that it has been made. Thirdly, it doesn't matter how all this went. Otherwise, if that's the case, then we can never declare any law unconstitutional. The fact that it has gone through the legislative process and has come out as law doesn't mean that it is sacrosanct. If it were, then there shouldn't be any provision in Article 2 which says that when a law is made contrary to them, you can strike it out. So the argument that because the AG participated in the lawmaking process, it is neither here nor there as far as law is concerned. Maybe for other areas of thought and discipline, maybe that matters. But as far as law is concerned, and my understanding of law doesn't tell me that when you participate in the lawmaking process, whatever comes out, then you are deemed to be the maker of the law. The law can come out, in fact, you can even comply with the law, and what you have done in accordance with the law will be nullified.
Right.
So it is not one of the arguments that carries weight as far as
this entire conversation
is concerned. It has no merit as far as the issue is concerned.
So since the assent to that OSP Act in 2018, there has not been any executive instrument from the Attorney General's office giving authorization.
As far as I know, there's no executive instrument to authorize the Office of a Special Prosecutor. And indeed, I think the case we just discussed gave the opportunity to the OSP because they were parties to the case. So if they had such instrument, they would have presented it. And if they had any argument to make, whether legal, like even including the one you just put to me, that the participation of the Attorney General in the whole process should be deemed to have been authorization. If they had any such argument, definitely they would have put it before the court. And if they put it before the court and the court weighs it and decide that that is not it, it is not for me to decide. That is why we are saying that the court has heard the matter, they have made orders, we're not parties, but the orders were directed, at us that we should do something. We cannot disobey the court, neither can we ignore the court and sit down unconcerned. It's a serious matter because we are talking of corruption, we are talking of justice, we are talking of human rights here. We can't sit down and say that would be irresponsible for us to sit down and think that because we're not parties to the case or because of some other consideration, we will not take any steps. So we will definitely take steps to remedy the situation.
In taking the steps, and we're talking authorization, because it doesn't look like it's powers to investigate and all of that has come up for any conversation. It's just a prosecutorial. Yeah. Why haven't you granted that in the wake of all of this? There are those who say you're waiting on the office to write to you before you issue that fiat.
There is a process for issuing the EI. You can't sidestep the process and say, and in any case, okay, let's grant it. Let's assume that there's even no process. What is wrong if the OSP writes to seek authorization? Is that if you want to drive, do you sit at home for DVLA to come and look for you and give you a driver's license? Don't you take if you want electricity in your house? The fact that you want electricity, ECG needs your money. They know you need electricity, but don't you take steps to apply for the connection to be done? So, and is it so difficult to apply? If it's not difficult, why is the application not being made? Why is the question always to the AG that we should rather? So we should and when you apply for EI, you have to show that you are giving the EI to this person, this person, this person, because the person who is doing the prosecution, not the office. Office is not the one; it's the human being who is the lawyer who is doing the prosecution. So that is how is there any reason why you think that the application should not be made? And why do you think they are not making the application?
That feeds into perceptions that there are simmering tensions between the OSP and the Attorney General's office.
As far as I know, there is no tension between us. I mean, we've been collaborating and a lot for that matter. So, and the collaboration, it's not everything that we can put out. I hope you understand, because we are law enforcement agencies. There are so many things that we can discuss, but you can put out. But I am not aware of any tension. Neither am I aware of any fight between the OSP. Other agencies are always. Recently, Gold Board applied for executive instruments to prosecute NACOC. So they are all applying. I don't know, unless there is a reason why the OSP will not apply. But if OSP applies and we say we will not grant, I think then you can say that you can question us, why are you not granting? And I have no doubt in my mind, because see, President Mahama made it clear, even when he was campaigning, that he has no intention of diminishing the OSP or its work. That is still true. The NDC has made its position on OSP clear, even though when the law was being made, NDC as a political party and our members of parliament were very clear on our position that the only way to create an independent prosecutor or prosecuting authority is to amend the constitution. Every lawyer that I know, let me add, every person who understands their constitutional law, and all the respected lawyers of constitutional or public law that I know hold the same position. As a matter of fact, the special prosecutor himself, when he was being vetted, he said the same thing, that look, 88 is the problem. We have to amend 88 to be able to firmly establish. So it is never a dispute, as far as my mind is concerned, that you need to amend the constitution to achieve the independence. That was not done. And the act that was supposed to do it even said that you are subject to 88. So as far as I'm concerned, what ought to have been done was to apply for the authorization to be given.
Then comes the question. The SP and the Attorney General are in tandem with respect to 88 being a problem.
Yeah.
You've known, and his position has been known since.
Yeah.
What are the steps which have been taken if collaboration, like you mentioned, is very great amongst both of?
All right, episode the moon was some of the break. Namuti said then I Ghana Politics Avenue, in short GH Politics Avenue. For the trending podcast stories in the Ghanaian highway, Hayana on Sabe Kano stories and Ken Soup Keja and aha ya the bedroom ya tifo any ya for na any dedicated by channel usual any new book as best subscribe to channel no now for notification bell no odo nsa aboso subscribe and no sub notification bell say be video bi a babeda mu bia no nsa bituma kan ntem na wo hu de ekoso Ghana amanyo sem ne ke mem ke bi amamu afi so na video e da bedu mi wani ji ho no like share ama foforo so anya bi onua bi wadanfo dofo bi o maame papa no ahye amamu so anya bi ahwe no so nya hu de ekoso Ghana amanyo sem na o mo tuma hwe so da bo won bra afi comment sections don't leave them put your comment there. You know, your comment section in our own small way, quite a bit more for Abua. I'm a Ghana, a man of some so let's help in the comment section and dialogue. The Damunama Samadi Brett here, Akram.